Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. This video is called Love Equals Self-Confidence. And what I want to talk about right now is the concept of love versus fear. And we all know that fear is what keeps us from doing a lot of things that we want to do, accomplishing dreams, and it can be small accomplishments or it can be really big dreams, and I want to explain why. So fear can have a lot of causes. A lot of people experience it as anxiety or doubt. I want you to think of fear as being the opposite of love. There's really no room for fear where there's love, and no room for love where there's fear. And the fact that accomplishing your goals and letting go of your fear of failure is a form of self-love. So when you make excuses in your mind for why you can't have what it is that you want to have or accomplish what you want, it comes down to fear. There are people that have dreams of doing things that are unusual or amazing, and they might say something like, I just don't want to make a fool of myself. I'm not that good at it, blah, blah, blah. But really, if you think about it, anything that takes practice or is really worth a big payoff, it takes time to achieve the end result. It takes practice, it takes hard work, it takes consistency, and nobody starts out being great at something their first try. There are a few things that you might naturally find easier, but there's no astronaut that just started out knowing everything that astronauts need to know. They had to take steps, little steps, day by day, to get where they are. And the same thing is for anybody that achieves their dreams. And when you make excuses or you feel anxiety, and that anxiety and fear keeps you from taking those little steps that lead to those big accomplishments, that is basically denying yourself love. It takes love to be disciplined, and it takes self-love to really believe in yourself and know that you can do what you want to do. A lot of times our experiences, they can diminish the amount of self-love that we have for ourselves. And so the best thing to do is work on recognizing that so you can build it back up. And then you just need to figure out what it is you really want and create a plan so that every single day you work towards that, and you do love yourself enough to commit to yourself. And when you commit to yourself, then it opens the doors for other people to commit to you as well. And that's how you bring other people into your dream and your vision for your life. It takes love for yourself to get up at the time of day that you need to fit everything in your schedule to get to that step you need to take, that daily step, whatever it is, if it's getting up early for a class or studying for a class or, working out at the gym. It just depends on what you're trying to do. So there's a lot of different ways that self-love expresses itself in successful people. They make time for taking those steps that they need to do consistently to meet their goals. They love themselves enough to say no to other people that want their time when they can't give it. And they love themselves enough to forgive themselves if they make mistakes and are not perfect when they're working towards that achievement. So love expresses itself in a lot of different ways when you're directing it to your energy, directing it to your visions. And that's something that might seem obvious to some people, but I just want to point it out in case you've never really heard this before, but I know that one example that I have is for people that I've spoken to who are really afraid of trying yoga and will tell me things like about bad experiences they've had, about being self-conscious in the class because they're not as advanced as other people. And this is something that I would really love to help you guys with. If you are afraid of trying something like a yoga class, just think about these examples that I've given you of how fear expresses itself and how love expresses itself. And I hope that you will give yourself the love you need to try it if that's what you want to do inside. And that's really all I can say is there's nothing to be afraid of. You have nothing to fear. So just let it go. And I hope that this has been helpful. I love feedback, so please let me know what you think. And I hope you have a beautiful day. Namaste.